Hi, TJ here at the iCar Tech Center in Appleton, Wisconsin. I want to talk briefly about the importance of preserving ultra-high strength steel, removing spot welds. Ultra-high strength steel is much more common in vehicles today, and when you're removing the spot welds, you want to make sure you don't cut or gouge into that, because if you do, you may have to replace that whole part at factory seams. Manufacturers are also limiting repairability to ultra-high strength steel, usually not allowing any of it, and again, only replacing at factory seams. And you might only be limited to squeeze type resistant spot welds. Let me show you a tip I learned. I got a scrap piece of ultra high strength steel. I cut it and beveled it, and I'm going to wedge this between the layers, put a little pressure on there. If you don't have ultra high strength steel, any tool like a chisel or something else to get in there will assist in removal. Let me demonstrate. Like any other spot weld removal, I'm looking for any separation of the panel or bluing while I'm grinding, moving the belt sander to a point where I could see what was removed after each pass. On this next spot weld, let's try grinding without the wedge between the panels. Again, I'm taking my time, watching each pass carefully, and looking for separation of the outer panel or bluing of the metal. So I finished grinding these two spot welds. I'm going to use the panel separator, finish separating the panels, and then I'll peel it down so we can take a look at the differences. All right, you can see I made a couple of vertical cuts. We'll peel this down and we'll inspect it. You can see on the first one, you still have some adhesive and a little bit of the weld nugget. It would not take much to finish dressing that flush and be ready for your next process. And you can see here on the back one, it looked pretty flat before I peeled it down, but it definitely thinned the ultra high strength steel, and that might be enough to weaken it. It might require you to replace the entire panel. So I hope you're able to see the difference between the two. It didn't take me much time to make this at all, and I guarantee you it was a lot less time than having to replace an entire reinforcement. Appreciate you tuning in. Hope to see you next time.